Grambling, Louisiana is with us now on stage. The number 3 team predicted in the West. Yes, Jay,
I
here
want
you
to do
go.
the introduction.
Okay,
All right.
here we go. Should I do a little drum roll too?
And now joining us on the stage, the head coach of the most famous HBCU football program in the world, the head coach of Grambling State University, shiny new Mickey Joseph. Coach Joseph, I do a good job?
You did a great job.
Gotta give credit what it is. They
Yeah,
are
look.
the most famous HBCU football program in the world. In the world. How does it feel to be taken over as the head coach of the school that gave the world Eddie Robinson?
Well, you know, first of all, I'm honored to be the head coach at Grambling State. It's a prestige university. It's a national brand. It's an easy sell when it's coming to recruiting. And now we just got to restore the order and get things back in place.
For you, what drew you in? Why Grambling? Why now? Why was this your time?
Well, it was an opportunity to get a head coaching job. There's not many of them out there. And it was also an opportunity to come back to the state of Louisiana and be able to recruit within the neck of woods that I'm from. And at the end of the day, when you look, like you said, when you look at Grambling, everybody knows Grambling. So it was an easy sell when we go out to recruit and for me to hire coaches.
What are you learning in this process as a head coach?
Well, we're learning that you're dealing with a lot of personalities when it comes to the transfer portal. You know, and now it's about listening and trying to get these kids to understand what you're trying to do. So I'm learning a lot, you know, just on the first couple of months on the job.
You mentioned coaching staff and getting the right people around you, adding Eric Dooley, who is a very good offensive mind, well respected, and he was a part of that Grambling team that won the Cricket Celebration Bowl back in 2015. So his addition as offensive coordinator and the preseason offensive player of the year, quarterback Miles Crowley, you know, what can we expect to see from this Tigers offense?
Well, if Miles plays poorly, it's Dooley's fault. No, I'm joking. No, you know what? You know, with Dooley, you know, Dooley and I go back from high school. So when I did get the job, I didn't have to offer Dooley the job. I just said, Dooley, meet me in Grambling. So he met me in Grambling. You know how he showed up? He showed up in that two-piece suit on, sharp.
Dapper always.
Yeah, dapper always. And, you know, and he knew the job that we had to do. We knew we had to clean up the discipline. We had, you know, we had some players in the building, but we wanted to make sure we evaluated all of them before we ran them out the building. But, you know, with Miles, we like where Miles is at. You know, I tell Miles all the time, we don't love where you're at, but we like where you're at. You know, it's a new system for Miles. Miles is doing a great job. And I'm excited to see what he's going to do, and I'm really happy that he received this preseason honor.
Now, when I look at Grambling right now, kind of like the state of Grambling football, for a program that's, you know, so historic, I think a turnover. I mean, it's such a contrast, you know, when Doug Williams left and then Fobbs came in, and Fobbs did a great job, then Fobbs is no longer there, then they go to Hugh Jackson. And completely different styles, different style. What's your style going to be like, and how do you stabilize that program?
Well, I think with us, you know, like I said, we got to clean up the penalties. We got to clean up the non-moving penalties, and then we led the country in penalties. And the next thing you know, we're going to be aggressive in all 3 phases. We're going to be aggressive on the offense side of the ball. We're going to be aggressive in defense, and we're going to be aggressive on special teams. But my thing is, we're going to be physical. We got to be physical.
And you're recruiting base. I've always wondered, how does this work? So Grambling's in kind of northern Louisiana. You're a New Orleans guy, right?
Yes, sir.
How you get them kids from down there in New Orleans going up and pass by Baton Rouge and come to Grambling instead?
Well, it's the same way you tell that catfish water's not good for them. Just got to be a recruiter. But, you know, Louisiana's my state. New Orleans is my town. And at the end of the day, you know, when it's a kid in Louisiana and we want them, we expect to get them. And I tell my coaches that. Don't lose a Louisiana kid to another SWAC school. Don't do that, because that'll get you in trouble with me. Recruit them hard, and make sure you win the job.
Let's sit back and take it all in. You got the job. What's been the best thing about being the new head coach of Grambling State?
One of the best things about being a head coach of Grambling is that you get to talk to Doug Williams all the time. You get to talk to Shaq Harris.
Doug gonna call you.
Yes.
Shaq gonna call you.
Yes, but I think it's just the support that we have with the fan base. You know, support that you get, you know, within the town. And now you're getting the kids to start believing, and, you know, Everson Walls and kids and guys coming around to practice. And it's just the prestige of the university to know that it's been on top. So now how do we flip it and get it back on top? and I think it's got to be done with hard work. So every day we hit the football field, we're trying to improve, and we need to stack days. If we practice bad, we can't get that day back. So we didn't improve. So our goal is to, every time we hit the practice field, to improve.
All right, well, you hit the field as we take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Grambling State Tigers on August 31st against Louisiana. And you're going to go back from that Southern date in the Bayou Classic, and looking between those two dates up, kind of circle some games that you feel obviously of great importance outside of every game and outside of, naturally, your first game as a head coach at Grambling State.
Well, me being Mickey Joseph and being a realist, they're all important to me. And we have 12 stop signs, and we got to stop at every one of them. We'll worry about the rest of the teams when we get to them. Right now, we're working on ourselves. We'll continue to work on ourselves. In a week before this Lafayette game, we'll draw our attention to them. But right now, we got to respect everybody on our schedule. And right now, we're working. We're working. They're working hard, and I really appreciate that from our kids.
Interesting mix. Normally I wouldn't highlight it, but I think you're going to learn a lot about your team. That second game of the year, you're going to play Tuskegee, Division II. Don't let the Division II fool you. Everybody knows that.
No.
They can play. And that's where I think you'll learn a lot about your football team from that ski game, what tweaks you have to make.
Well, and I think that's every day you learn something about your football team. I think on the practice field, you learn who can do what they're capable of doing, and what they're going to do. And we always talk to them like, oh, what are you willing to do? Because you can do what you want, but what are you willing to do? And yes, you got to respect Tuskegee. I tell you, the last time I played Tuskegee was '99 when I was at Alabama State with L.C. Cole, and they beat us.
They gotcha.
and then I played them again when I was at Langston, and we beat them. But the thing about it is, like, Tuskegee is a prestige university, or university where they're going to have tough kids, they're going to be well disciplined, and it's going to be a good game.
Curious to know what you've learned about Miles Crowley and Quentin Talley, who's standing by with our Simone Stanley. One thing that stands out to you, Coach?
Well, with Miles, that he can handle me, because he gets the 10 o'clock phone calls at night. Miles, tell me what you're looking at right here. He gets it in front of the whole team. I attack him first. And with Quentin's one of our better leaders. He's a kid that's been around for a while. I think he's seen 2 or 3 head coaches. But he's a kid that we really enjoy his leadership skills, and he really gets the kids to play, and he's a great teammate.
All right, Miles, so how have you dealt with that from Coach Joseph in terms of getting those phone calls late at night?
Miles, how have you dealt with those late night phone calls from Coach Joseph?
I dealt with him pretty good. You know what I'm saying? He just stay on me. Really, though, he just has a high expectation for us all. So it's great, man. He just keep me to a high standard, so it just pushes me to be the best that I can be.
Do you turn that silencer on after a certain time of night?
Oh, no, I keep it on.
Another thing that you keep it on is this drip. It's a lot of black and gold jewelry we're seeing. Can you let the people see the black and gold you got? The belt, the bracelets, the watch, the chain, and Quentin, I like the simple look too. You letting the suit talk?
Oh yeah, I love my game talk for me. You feel me? I'm a very simple person, and when I play, I'm very loud. So.
Ooh, I like it. So Miles, you were named the preseason Offensive Player of the Year. How does it feel to get that honor?
It's a great feeling, but I'm kind of just using it as a motivational factor for me, just to keep my head down and work and be the best quarterback I can be for my team.
And your head has been down working. You were at the Manning passing camp for the second year. What did you take away from that experience this time?
It's always a great experience working with the Mannings. So much knowledge. You're around, the top guys in the country for his quarterback position, and just learning from the greats who kind of been in the shoes where you trying to go. So it's a great experience, man. I love going to the Manning Passing Academy. I just thank them again for having me.
What part of your game have you been focused on improving the most?
One, slowing the game down for me, just clearing my reads up. And then another thing, too, is just throwing the defense with my legs. A lot of guys feel like I can't run, but I'm a pass-first guy. I'm a pass-first guy with the ability to run. So this year I plan on throwing the defense a little bit with my legs.
Ooh, we can't wait to see that. And Quentin, you say you like to let your game talk. You also talk a little on social media. Your bio is Lockdown DB. What has you so confident in your abilities on the field?
Just my preparation from when we practice on Monday to game day on Saturday. I've been preparing for that moment. So when I get out there on the field, it's just like clockwork. So it's easy for me.
And Coach talked about your leadership. What can we expect from you and the defense as a whole this season?
Just being more communicative with my teammates, there's times where we need each other, and I'm going to be that guy to be there for them and just lead my team the way we need to be.
And Miles, we were talking a little bit before we hopped on live, and you were talking about what that G means. You said anytime they see the G, it speaks for itself. What's it like representing that brand?
Oh, it's great. It's great. Grambling is no other HBCU like Grambling. I love that I'm just here and be able to play for these guys and be the quarterback here for these guys too.
Thank you guys so much for the time.
Come on, Miles. Come up here. Miles, come on. No, you ain't getting off like that. Come on. Let me see your microphone for a minute, Coach. Come on, Miles. Come on. Step up. You can take my seat. You can take my seat. Yeah, you can take my seat. I'm going to get you tangled up. Now, I'm improvising here. Here you go. You are about to be the quarterback for Grambling State University.
Yes, sir.
You know what that entails? You know what those names are like? You ever heard of Doug Williams?
Oh, yeah.
You ever heard of James Harris? You ever heard of Mike Williams? You ever heard of Bruce Eugene? You ever heard of Randy Himes? You don't know what I'm talking about, man.
I do, of course.
So you're the quarterback of the most famous football program in the world. What's that like to be big man on campus?
It's great, man, but I'm a humble guy, so I kind of just embrace it. Like you said, those big name guys, it's hard to fill those shoes, but I'm trying my best, to fill those shoes and to be the best quarterback I can be for my team, man. The biggest thing is just to win. Everything else to take care of itself, you know what I'm saying? So just win. What Coach Dooley always says, what's important now? And what's important now in this season is to win.
Good job. I put him on the spot. He did a good job with the album. He's rushing up out of here.
But what I love about it is that these young men are so prepared, right? That they have been through this, they are ready, and you see the training that's been cultivated, not only working with the coaches, but also it speaks highly of their respective institutions as well. So thank you for these wonderful student athletes that we've had the opportunity to hear from. We appreciate your time, Coach Joseph, and good luck for your upcoming first season as the head coach of the Grambling State Tigers. When we return, we'll hear from the third team predicted to